Alright, so I'm pretty sick at the moment, but I love that you have all started commenting and watching my videos. It means a lot, and I couldn't not talk about this episode. But I'm sorry if my energy's a little low and if I miss some things. But make sure to hit that like button, by the way, because this interaction during this show is just, it's awesome, and it would mean a lot and it would help the channel. And yes, this video contains spoilers unless I say otherwise. Just assume that every video I post is just going to contain spoilers. As usual, I'm going to be breaking down the episode before revealing my updated theories and potential spoilers. If you like movies, TV, and entertainment, welcome. You've come to the right place. Smash that subscribe button, leave a like if you like this latest WandaVision episode, and let's get to it. The episode starts with a Salem witch trials, which, if you saw some of the set photos, you would have known that they were coming. But it had a twist. If you don't know, the Salem witch trials was about regular people burning witches at the stake or throwing them off a cliff. You know, things like that. But in the MCU, it's the witches that try to burn Agatha Harkness at the stake for using dark magic. But Agatha destroys all of them, including her mum, and she's using her magic with ease, it seems. Dark magic. Literally taking the life out of him. Like, I don't know what this rating is, but if you're a kid, this is like the Gremlins. It would scare the shit out of you. Flash forward to the end of the last episode, and Agatha talks to the bunny. Sir Scratch-a-Lot, or Scratchy, or Itchy. I don't know. It's probably irrelevant. And she says she, meaning Wanda, does look shocked to meet the real us. To meet the real us. Revamping the theory that the bunny is someone more important to her. Her son, maybe, but I'll get into that in the theories part at the end. It could also be Mephisto, or maybe even Nightmare. I'm actually believing it's probably more Nightmare than it is Mephisto now. Then we kind of do a Ghost of Christmas Past, Ebenezer Scrooge style, where Agatha takes all more forces because she has her kids somewhere unknown. But the point of Agatha forcing this upon Wanda is because Agatha has clearly spent hundreds of years learning spells and crafting magic, and she's baffled about how Wanda can do this, and yet she has no fundamental knowledge about magic. And so Agatha wants to learn and goes on a journey of discovery, and I definitely have some theories, as you must have, so let me know down in the comments below. But Agatha almost feels jealous. It's as if Michael Jordan, who clearly has some natural talent, let's just say, but he's practiced and he has practice and he's worked, and then someone just blows him out of the water with no actual effort. I don't know if that was actually the best analogy, because Michael Jordan has some kind of crazy powers going on inside. But you kind of get the point that I'm trying to make, right? So the first Ghost of Christmas Past, if you will, they go through the door and take Wanda back to when she was a child. And I, along with a lot of creators, had the exact same idea. This episode needed to be a context episode before the finale. And it was. Also, no surprise, the twins grew up on sitcoms. This connected with me a lot, and let me know down below if this happens to you as well. But if I've had a bad day or you need some time to just kind of decompress, you chuck on a sitcom, you know? I love putting on corny sitcoms. Why? Because you know whatever happens, it's always going to go back to the same status quo. It's the same characters, the same tropes, the same predictable gags, but it kind of makes you feel safe and has that form of escapism, right? Like, I can't be alone on this, right? The predictability is why I low-key like it. And Wanda and her family feel the exact same way. It does debunk the theory that the people in the commercials were her parents. And by the way, there's no commercial in this episode, but I kind of guessed that because it wasn't really a sitcom episode. Anyways, Wanda's favourite episode, along with one of my top 10 personal favourites, by the way, is The Dick Van Dyke Show. This episode makes everything so clear. This also is the time when the bomb goes off, you know, the one that the twins spoke about in Age of Ultron, the Stark missile that kills her parents and nearly kills the twins. And what happens in Trauma 1? She escapes to the sitcoms. Agatha then is trying to work her out. How did the bomb not go off? But turns out it was just luck. Or was it? Now, I'm really not sure. Was it just in her genes the whole time? Her X gene? Maybe a stretch. Maybe a stretch. The second Ghost of Christmas Past scene, not quite Christmas present, but the next phase, the experiments with Strucker. Now, this is when my mind got below. And I might need some time to put it back together. I feel like Vision on the sword table. Too soon? Yes, because we're not quite up to that part yet. So just be patient. Wanda is in a room with the Mind Stone, and before she even gets close to it, it unlocks and gets close to her. My question is, if it had such a strong connection with Wanda, well, I guess that's my question, which is, what was that about? You then see the Scarlet Witch silhouette, which I have no idea what that was about. I kind of get it, but not enough to put it into words. If someone could explain it to me down below, that would be great. Again, she's locked in isolation with sitcoms, this time the Brady Bunch. Now, Agatha says the Infinity Stones amplified what would have died in the Vine, which I personally interpret as the Vine, which could be the vine of her DNA, her genetics, her mutant gene. There it is again. The third ghost of Wanda's past, I've kind of changed the name now because, that kind of fits. It flashes to the Avengers compound. I'm feeling pre-Civil War vibes. It appears to be just Vision and Wanda. She's alone, and Vision is still working things out. He's not as human as he was in Infinity War, and they start watching Malcolm in the Middle. They start talking about sitcom tropes, the fake injuries, etc. And I like this scene because it really adds context to their bond and the growing of their relationship. It's a bit weird that Wanda has this connection to the stone, which is in Vision's head, making me believe that she only likes him because of the stone in his head. She's drawn to it, but damn, you guys know that Vision is by far my favorite character, so I'm just going to go along with it. What was my point? I think that I love this scene so much because in Civil War, it seemed they fell in love over cooking, and then boom, relationship. And it got hot and heavy, but now we get to see a bit of why and the context. We really see in this episode how much Wanda lost. I lost my dad a few weeks ago, and it's hard. It's really hard, don't get me wrong. But she has lost everyone, so I can only imagine how hard it must be. I mean, all that she has left is Hawkeye. Out of everyone, that can't bring you comfort. I kid, I kid in dark times. But I get it. She is broken more than anyone post-snap. And then Agatha says, "Tell me how you did it," which makes me think that she's lost someone or has someone trapped, whether it be her son, Mephisto, Nightmare, or it could be someone completely different. The rabbit could be Thanos for all we know. I mean, we know. It's not Thanos. Which moves us along to the next what I think is the big reveal of the episode. Wanda is at Sword, she's trying to get Vision back, and she wants to give him a proper burial. And if you remember Sword, as well as us as an audience, we're currently under the impression that Wanda stole Vision. It is Vision's corpse in the Hex of M, right? Remember that. So, Wanda meets up with Shady Hayward, which I firmly still believe he is shady in some kind of way. Some say he's a Skrull, but I kind of believe that he's something more. I just don't know quite what he is. Feel free, by the way, at any point just to chime in below and correct me or add further context that could really help this conversation and help others learn. And do we see Vision's body pulled apart? Yes, we do. He's getting chopped up and pulled apart. And can I just point out, when they're pulling him apart, his inside is all like a hexagon. It's like a hexagon coating. Hayward then mentions that she is one of the few people that has the power to bring him back from the dead, basically. Like shifting reality. Implanting the idea in her head. Pushing her to her limits. The trauma. The confrontations. The ideas. What is going on? I get full on emotional watching Shady Hayward manipulate her like he does. But she sees him, she sees Vision, she touches him, she doesn't feel anything, and then she leaves. Driving to Westview, New Jersey, seeing the unhappy people, the ungroomed landscapes, the closures of business, until she drives up onto a lot and learns that Vision has bought them like a plot of land. Good on you, Vision, great job. They want to start living their lives together. But is she driving a Skoda? I mean, calling it out now, the 3 worst car brands out there, no particular order, is Skoda, Kia, and Renault. That's it. Then she just snaps. All this energy just flows out of her like a faucet. Vacation, National Lampoon's Chris Hemsworth joke, connected to Thor. You see what I did there, right? But she is the one who creates this world. Maybe not consciously, but she does create it. She turns reality into her own image. The town, the people, into her image. And Vision. She doesn't steal Vision. She created Vision. She shifted reality. Mind, you're gonna need to check because it has been blown. No wonder he can't leave. He is the true prisoner of this show. But are her kids real? I don't know. I think so, though. I think so. Now, I'm a big TV and movie guy, and I wouldn't have this channel if I wasn't. So, just seeing the lighting and the set, you bet your ass I took notes. But the final scene, the twins are back and Agatha has gone full witch mode and has them by the neck by these magic ropes, you know, the purple stuff she has. And she is mad because of the waste. She looks at Wanda's powers as a waste. Someone whose life has just come easy to them, even though they haven't tried. And we all know some people like that, so don't pretend you haven't. You can get jealous over the stupidest things. And I have a feeling that Agatha, has her own trauma. And I feel like some of that trauma has been brought into this. And she says it. She calls Wanda the Scarlet Witch. But I don't think she's calling Wanda herself the Scarlet Witch, almost as if she has some kind of demon or possession of a creature in her that unlocked her powers. And last, the post-credit scene. I heard someone in the John Campea show, and check that Good Canadian Guy out if you haven't, pretty cool channel. Someone on his channel mentioned, like, what if at the end there's a Vision versus Vision fight? And what do you know? You were right, man. Like, whatever you said, you were right. Hayward did it. Using the drone that Wanda brought, he uses those hex powers from the drone to bring Vision back, but this time it's Whitevision, which I've heard about in the comics, but I haven't actually seen. And I see a Vision v Vision fight. Wow, that was a tongue twister. I see a Vision v Vision fight about to happen. So, speculation time. We have the season finale next week. And here's my thoughts and breakdown, but let me know yours no matter how wild it is down below in the comments. I believe anything is possible right now. I also believe that this last episode, it'll be like an hour, maybe an hour plus. It's going to be a big episode. We're going to see Vision v Vision. We're going to see Wanda go full Scarlet Witch versing Agatha. We will see why Agatha wants to know Wanda's true powers. I believe Agatha has lost something, or she's working for someone and needs the power to bring the people back into the reality, or even bring them back to life. Somehow the multiverse is going to come into play because we know it's going to connect to Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. And I think we're going to see Doctor Strange, but I don't think he's the big cameo. I believe it's going to be someone like Professor X, Magneto, maybe Ultron. Maybe Ultron comes from the Whitevision. I want to know what is up with Evan Peters and if Monica will make an appearance. I want to see Jimmy and Darcy, and I hope that we get a better engineer, like a Reed Richards would be great. I've heard that we might get Mark Hamill as Nightmare in a post-credit scene, which could lead into Doctor Strange, because if you remember, he was originally going to be the villain. Guys, there is so much that could happen in the season finale, and I want to engage with you, and let's talk about speculation for the next 7 days. We got a full week to talk about this, and like rumors are just going to fly. I cannot wait. I've taken it off work because I'm going to need some time, and I'm going to need a moment. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date. I'm doing a giveaway at my 1,000 subscriber mark, a 1-year subscription to Disney Plus, now with Star. Star has so much cool stuff. Deadpool, American Dad, Con Air, most of the Fox stuff. Right now I'm watching the Kingsman series. It's great. You just need to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and leave a comment on one of my videos. And leave a comment on one of my Disney Plus videos like WandaVision. I'm going to be doing videos every week for all of the Disney Plus shows. If you haven't seen, they've just released a whole new slate. We've basically got new episodes every week, so I'm going to be breaking them down. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if my voice sounded a little bit weird. Sorry if I'm a little bit down. Pretty sick. But I can just not contain my excitement. I'm going to go sleep off this cold now. But thanks for watching. Enjoy yourself, and I'll see you next week.